So why is wind modeling important? Wind modeling is important because it uses scientific data to justify buying a partial limit of insurance. All right, so we had a recent question regarding wind modeling, and I suspect it was probably generated. Well, it depends. It could be generated from the lender. It could be going through a tough renewal. Wind modeling is something extremely important right now. The insurance market the last couple of years has been extremely hard. When I say hard, the coverage is getting more expensive, and you get less coverage, and it's difficult to place. Right, the brokers are having a tough job. So we've been through two really difficult markets. One in the mid to late 2000s, and and we're coming off of our other one right now. So why is wind modeling important? Wind modeling is important because it uses scientific data to justify buying a partial limit of insurance. I'll give you an example. You have a $1 billion schedule. You're not going to buy $1 billion of wind coverage, right? What will happen is we will use, and a lot of times we'll help with the wind modeling, and that's something that we assist with because we want to know what our own data is and what the return period should be and our loss limits, right? So essentially, you have $1 billion schedule depending on where your portfolio is located. And we can model for a couple different perils, but we're going to talk about just wind in this example. So if you have a heavy concentration in Florida, Texas, what we call CAT zones, right, catastrophic wind prone regions, we'll identify what those locations are. And there's a whole data set of every single location. Many times it's even down to the building that's input in this modeling software. And what that will do is it will generate a PML, a probable maximum loss for that based on that schedule and those locations. And there's different return periods too. We're not going to get extremely technical with that right now. The goal is just to help answer what wind modeling is and how it can help you, right? So what we do is we justify the limit and what you should purchase to make sure that you do have adequate insurance. But the really big item too is to satisfy lender requirements, right? We want to make sure that you have adequate insurance, but there is a time when you can get priced out of the marketplace, and we're there, right? And this hits home too, because most of my clients are multifamily. Most of my clients are providing homes for people, right? At a certain point, there has to be some type of give. If insurance is too expensive, they're not going to be able to raise rents high enough to where people can't afford to pay for their homes. So that's one thing that we pride ourselves in is we try and come up with realistic solutions to where rent doesn't have to get increased so much where people can't afford to live in their homes. But you can continue operating your business, right? Insurance is probably your first or second largest expense. We know it well. And wind modeling, it continues to be important. We create our own modeling. We have the ability to do that and partner with the brokers on renewal and in the entire marketplace to really justify limits. And it gives us a little leverage too, when we're talking about marketing discussions as well. So any questions, feel free to reach out to SpartanRiskManagement.com, book a consult. We'll see if we can help you out.